Welcome to another installment of Planet X in View, documenting extraordinary events because of the approach and proximity of the Planet X system. Our location is the Holiday Beach Resort at Isla Mujeres, Cancun, Mexico, November 9th, 2018. With the time being a little after 7 in the morning, we might presume this bright action here to be the sunrise. However, the sun is nowhere near the direction that we're looking. So, what is it? This is among the most striking and remarkable situations that powerfully demonstrate and prove that an enormous event is brewing in our solar system. In order to realize the profound significance of what we see here, we need to line up the usual points of basic information. So what direction are we facing? This diagram shows the field of view for this particular webcam, and thus we see that we're looking pretty much due north. We also need to know what time was sunrise for November 9th here. 6:54 a.m. Notice the coordinate point of sunrise, 108 degrees east-southeast. In other words, sunrise is not at all in the field of view here. So, with sunrise behind us, off to the right, what is that? Well, let's just watch about a 20-minute time span of this, and we'll speed up the footage so that we can do it without sitting here for 20 minutes. Here's the same view about an hour later, in which the sunrise has advanced far enough to where the light and shadow is casting across the beach, thus establishing beyond all question that the bright illumination we were watching in the forward view was not at all part of the sunrise. The fact is, what we're seeing here is extraordinary enough to have been blazed across the headlines of newspapers around the world. However, there was not the slightest mention of this event anywhere. Now, one last observation that should be noted is the surging and fluctuation of the light. Let's back up a little bit and observe over a span of about 5 minutes. The video segment repeating here, with the playback speed turned up, covers the time from about 7:05 to 10 past 7 in the morning. In that 5 minutes, there are 6 noticeable occurrences of the abrupt fluctuations in the light. I'll put a list here of the time spots where these happen. Now, we could easily get hung up here for an hour or more, addressing the worries and concerns that can be raised in relation to the phenomena we've noted of the fluctuation of the light in the sky. One such area of concern is in the subject of camera light sensors. This is the technology by which cameras can automatically adjust and compensate for variations in the intensity of light in the field of view. Dealing with this subject, I've already encountered plenty of times where critics will call me an idiot and declare that those light fluctuations are nothing more than the camera equipment reacting and adjusting to the light. Now, this is a valid factor that must be taken into account when reaching for a correct understanding of what we're seeing. So it's relevant to point out that in the process of years engaged in a study of this subject, I have put in a fair amount of time learning about camera light sensor technology. The fact is, it became pretty much obligatory for me to learn about this due to the sheer multitude of situations where we can see this anomalous, peculiar behavior of the light in the sky. When you find that you're seeing this happening all around the world, and in many different video-recorded situations, combined with the fact that it's not normal for the sun to be pulsating to the point that sometimes it's blinking like the lights on a Christmas tree or a Las Vegas casino. And yet, adding further to the weight and depth of these queries is that many times the body or mass of light in the sky from which these pulsations and fluctuations are emanating, well, half the time that mass of light is not at all the sun. And incidentally, when observing a situation such as we have here, I find that it somehow seems necessary to keep reminding oneself of that fact, that the sun is simply not in this picture. Having noted these anomalies in the behavior of the light, it becomes crucial to be able to know if this visual effect is an illusion due to some aspect of technology. At any rate, I can categorically affirm that these aberrations we're seeing in this event, as well as countless various other situations, these aberrations are not an illusion, but in fact a visual record of an extraordinary situation that's been happening for a few years now, in accordance with the incoming journey and burgeoning proximity of the Planet X system.